you are the company officer, and what you are seeing is from the officer's view. It's late afternoon at your station, and you are going into the locker room to get some chewing gum from your locker.
Hey, Smitty. Hey, hey, what do you got there, man?
Mouthwash.
All right, so we may or may not have mouthwash.
Well, first off, perceptions, they tell a lot. My perception is you don't swallow mouthwash. So I don't think you're taking mouthwash, and he's talking to you after drinking this substance, and he has not gone to the sink and spit anything out. So there's a perception right there that this probably isn't mouthwash. He snapped his lock defensively, and he's locking his locker so you can't see his mouthwash. If I had mouthwash in my locker, you want to come see it? Be my guest.
Right.
So there's a perception that something is going on there. You don't know what, from the scenario, you don't know what is going on. Have there been issues with this individual? Do you have questions about his fitness for duty? Because, again, if you do, for your safety, his safety, and the safety of your entire crew, as an officer, you've got to do something. Okay? Reasonable suspicion, reasonable grounds, whatever your HR policy is, you might have to do something. Okay? You might have to call somebody. Again, you're not sure? This is where I think you're going to have your network. We call it telephone a friend. Call another captain, another lieutenant, and go out and say, listen, I'm having this issue. What do you recommend I do? What do you think? You should have these people in your contacts that you can reach out to who have been through this and been there. If this is a guy that you've never had a problem with, you don't think there's anything really going on, you're not sure, maybe he's just having a bad day, you don't know. But if you suspect they are drinking on duty, and on-duty drinking is illegal in your department, as I think it is in every department, okay? There's going to be a problem if your company gets into an accident and everyone on the rig gets tested. This individual might lose his job. So are you going to do something with HR to protect his job? You might have to be the bad person, the bad guy, the bad girl, and have them referred to a counseling unit, but to protect their job, so you're saving them and their family.
Right.
It brings up a quick point, is that many times nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Absolutely not.
I know.
You don't want to be the bad guy. But if this guy goes home from work this afternoon and has been drinking a vodka, something that is not really that easy to smell, in his locker, and getting off of work and driving home, hits a car and kills somebody, and it turns out that he's DWI over the legal limit, and he was coming from work, guess what? You're going to be on the front page of the local paper as the officer in charge of that firehouse.
Right. Yeah.
Well, in this type of behavior, it just snowballs. This firefighter now knows that you, as the company officer, you're not solid enough of an officer to know that when, and again, this is at your firehouse. This isn't like somebody you don't know. These are people that you know. One of the firefighters at your firehouse is going to look at you and slam the door and lock it and move by. If it's a benign type of thing, it's obviously something wrong is going on. I would stop the situation right then and there. Private conversation. We come clean right now. What's going on? You show me what's in your locker, or per our policies, you have to follow your policies. We're going to have a locker inspection, and I'm going to have you tested. If it ends up being nothing, if it's something that they're embarrassed about, and we could create some scenarios, everybody could, where it's something that they're kind of embarrassed about, whatever it is, that's totally benign. Maybe they're drinking, some kind of medicine or something that's embarrassing to them, because of an illness they have. Those types of things can be talked about privately and worked out. This looks like something that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed right now. And understand, all the troops are watching, because all the troops know what's going on, and they know the company officer is not enough of a company officer to take control of the situation.
There's a lot of things in this scenario that are, unpleasant, make me feel extremely uncomfortable. The body language, and like Mike said, the way that he snapped that lock. I think there's going to have to be a lot more. And I always go back to communication. As the officer, I'm not going to feel comfortable with that type of behavior and the possibility that there could be some kind of drinking going on duty. So this is a time where I'm going to go ahead and get the firefighter and then bring him out, either out to the bay next to the rig, where a lot of the conversations take place, or right into my office and ask him a few questions and see what kind of a vibe or feel I get from the firefighter. Because the more information that I get, and you just said that this might be something that is private or personal or might even be embarrassing, and by opening up myself to him or her and letting them know I want to know about it, you can go ahead and trust me, I want to help you out. This person might open up to you and give you the information that you need, and he might even take you back to the locker, open it for you, and you might be able to kill it right then and there. There's also other things that take other factors that affect this type of situation, like what Mike also said about reasonable suspicion. If there is reasonable suspicion, and if the pattern does indicate that there is a violation here, something definitely has to be done. You cannot just say, I'm going to look the other way.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And you brought up the you don't want to be the bad guy analogy. By ignoring that type of behavior, you by default have become the bad guy.
Yes.
You have abdicated your responsibility.
All right. It's a slippery slope, but it's a hot topic.